Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to change. I am an African, okay? And nothing is going to change that. You need to accept me as I am, not as you want me to be. You need to accept that I do things in a particular way, and that's the package that you must accept. When we say united in our diversity, it means if you are white, continue to be white, don't try to be black. If you are black, continue to be black. We must just respect each other. We must be diverse but united, okay? You can never have a rainbow if you don't respect the 7 colors of the rainbow. Rainbow's got 7 colors, so there's nothing rainbow about it. If you're going to suppress the colors and say you're colorblind, then you're not going to appreciate the beauty of a rainbow. Now the government has tried all kinds of things to try and correct this. All the laws I've listed here, whether it's Employment Act, it's BE Act, it's Schedule Act, it's just a sample to try and correct this. But the problem persists. So way forward, as I conclude. A few things here which I think, as I make this way forward, I'm proposing to the BMF that they must take this as well as resolutions. I'm sponsoring these resolutions for the BMF. The first one, DTI should rename their rating levels and call them racism index, so that it's very clear that if you rate level 6 and below, we are a racist organization. let that be clear so that we know what we're dealing with. Licensing conditions. I think we cannot have a situation where government is perceived to be helpless. Government is not helpless. They've got licensing, they've got leverage. You must use the licensing conditions to drive transformation. You don't drive transformation, you must not get a license of whatever in your business. Department of Labor should promulgate Section 53 of the Employment Equity Act. It's a very powerful section. That section gives government the power to stop business with people that are flouting Employment Equity Act. It also gives government power to, even if your business was already ongoing with government, you can stop that contract if you are not complying. It's such a powerful clause, but it's not promulgated. Why? So we're calling on government to promulgate this. So I'm calling on BMF to take a resolution and make a submission to the Commission for Employment Equity to advise the Department of Labor to promulgate this section as a matter of urgency. On the correctional services case in Cape Town, the issue was how to incorporate both national and regional demographics and countries battling with this. Here's my recommendation. Firstly, let's understand that management is generic. You know, whatever you manage in Cape Town, in Durban, in Joburg, wherever, management principles are the same. There's no Peter Drucker for Cape Town and something different elsewhere. Okay? Management is a management of resources, period. Blue-collar worker, though, is susceptible to regional conditions. For instance, you might have mining in the northwest, you may not necessarily have mining in another province, as it were. You might have fishing in Cape Town, but not necessarily have fishing in Joburg, as it were. So there are all kinds of little nooks of regional expertise. So where am I going with this? So where I'm going is that all management should reflect national demographics. It doesn't matter where you are. As long as you are in management, you must reflect national demographics. And then all non-management, it's going to be very simple this. All non-management roles should reflect regional demographics. In this way, I mean, even right now, if you want a manager, do you care whether this manager comes from Cape Town or Durban, or you don't know? When you do an advert for a manager, you are not concerned whether which corner of the country this person comes from, as long as this person can do the job, as it were. But, and you'll find that, in fact, managers are generally mobile, in any case, right across the color line, by the way. Managers are mobile. We move left and right. It doesn't matter where you are. If there's an opportunity to be a CEO based in Durban, you go. If there's an opportunity to be a CEO based in Cape Town, in Limpopo, anywhere, you go, as it were. So management is a very mobile commodity, as it were. So you should have it national. We must have national EAP for management. But blue-collar worker is pretty much regional, as it were. Therefore, all regions, in fact, it will make it easy even for the talent pool, because the people that are located in that particular region don't have skills or wherewithal to go anywhere. So it makes sense that at a non-management level, we can then look at regional EAP, that's what I'm saying. White women and Indians to be undesignated. I think we've seen the numbers, that when it comes to white women, and the same I could have done a trend. It's been like that in fact since time immemorial. Whether I look at white women, when I look at Indians, in terms of the numbers, they have achieved the objectives of the law. The law wants equitable representation. So white women and Indians have not only achieved equitable representation, they've exceeded it. So to continue on this path with these two groups, what do you think we're trying to do? We are actually defeating the purpose of the law. The law is to achieve equitable representation. The only people that are not equitably represented is Africans and colours. That's where the focus should be. So that is very clear what is it that we're dealing with. So this is a recommendation. And by the way, BMF had resolved on this as well, way back, I think 2010 somewhere, but I don't know what happened. But I think it must be resuscitated now. We must resuscitate this in the BMF, that in order to make, because you must remember, employment equity is not supposed to be there forever. It must start, it must stop. So it's a corrective action. You can't correct forever. So what is the correction point? What is the point of stopping? People want to know, when are you going to stop it? Yes, you must stop it. When must you stop it? You must stop it when equitable representation has been reached. That's the point to stop. And for white women, we have reached it since many years ago. For Indians, both male and female, we have reached it. So therefore, we must remove them from the designation and focus on the Africans and the colours. Individuals, what should they do? Black people in particular. Look where your rent is going, especially in retail. Don't make yourself powerless. If you have retail institutions that are not embracing transformation, boycott them. That's what you should do. Simple as that. So BMF should lead such a policy. The African National Congress, my organization, it needs to change the narrative. There's a narrative that says the ANC is in office but not in power. Why is this so? Why are we complaining today as if we don't have an ANC government? Why is it that the ANC is giving credence to this thing of being in office but not in power? The ANC must change this. The ANC must change and shake off this narrative of corporate capture. As if it's captured, it can't move. You know, we can't be sitting here and complaining as if we don't have a caring government. We've got a caring government, we've got a government elected by the majority. It must show. We can't be operating here and be crying like this as if it's still apartheid days. Can't be. I refuse. White people, got a message for you. I think we should stop the betrayal of Madiba tree. You know, a lot of young people today that don't know the pre-94 history of Madiba actually have a problem with Madiba. They think Madiba sold out. Young people today. And Madiba, trust me, did not sell out. Madiba had a plan. His plan was that now that all these years he has struggled with all the people that he has struggled with, we are where we are today. Instead of retribution, let's have reconciliation. And he thought that with the goodness of the hearts, white people that continue to own the economy are going to reciprocate the fact that it did not take his anger of being imprisoned for 27 years. He's not going to take his anger and cause retribution. He's going to take his anger and use it as an equity for us to listen to him and say, don't chase anybody anywhere. Let's live happily ever after, all of us. But white people, all they needed to do was to embrace transformation, but they are not. They are doing everything to dodge transformation. They are doing all kinds of obfuscations, all kinds of schemes to make sure that they just don't do transformation. I think they have betrayed Madiba's dream. I think white people should adopt the African value system of sharing. I think I should stop there. Here's my Twitter handle. Thank you very much.